All right, so let's get back into this. It'll be game 2 between... Actually, hold on. There we go. All right, so welcome back, everybody. I'm EGAD. Joining me here is me, Blaze, and this is game 2 between Team Marino, Tinkerino, and Complexity Gaming. Complexity Gaming going down with the ship, and apparently Blaze won't let OD go. I will, because that was a tough game, and we'll see how Complexity improve on that.
Yeah, it's got to be an improvement. I would certainly hate to see it go the other way and fall further down underneath the ocean waters. But I don't know. Obviously, we saw what they can do against teams that were more confident against, taking down Not Today really hard yesterday. And I expect pretty good things from them in this qualifier with this roster in particular. Like, they look really good, pulling out some new strats, obviously putting some really talented players to work, but they just got pub trained on in that last game. I mean, seriously, Team Tinker, they made them look like chumps, and you got to commend Black for breaking a entire record on GPM on Axe. I mean, if anybody's going to do it, Black, of course, is, but geez, 700 GPM Axe is actually absolutely insane. It is higher than anybody's ever gotten, and of course, you got to commend the supports on that one. A really nice like quad stack Ancients to start them off, followed up by many dunks. So really fun to see that, and a little bit painful for Complexity. The decapitation gets to you after a while, but we'll see this draft unfold, and we will see a few different heroes on the table. For one thing, they are going to be banning out the Vengeful Spirit. They don't want to give that to Complexity early. They don't want to first pick it, and it's actually interesting to see Complexity respond to this IO with Enigma Bristle. And obviously the Enigma, without a Venge to worry about, it's pretty solid. But the Bristleback, I think, is more of a denial pick, because Team Tinker could pair that really heavily with the Wisp.
Yeah, there is a lot that can go to this right now. I personally still like Chaos Knight and Wisp, but unfortunately nobody plays him. I'm still a big fan of the Phantasms. Mm-hmm. I still think he could fit. I think people can make it work, but it'd be very tough. And he's kind of RNG dependent quite a bit on that stun. When you see a 2-second stun come out, you're just like... When you see a 1-second stun come out, you're just like, all right, screw it, not playing anymore. Complexity, get Enigma, Bristle, obviously. Bristle with IO is a big combination, and Necrophos.
Ooh, love it. Yeah, really strong here. Necrophos is going to be able to do a lot in these fights, because Enigma and Bristleback are heroes that do a lot of damage over an extended fight. Bristleback will stack up the Quill Spray, Enigma's Midnight Pulse will really tick. After a few seconds, you're going to really feel the pain of that damage over time effect. But for the most part, there's no quick damage to take Necrophos out of the fight. He can sadist heal through a lot of this, and with the Wisp Tether, he can get the double, or actually it's like 2.5x heal from the Death Pulse, where Death Pulse is a really shoddy heal naturally. Like, it actually only heals 130 at max. When you get the Tether on you, you're getting a lot more value out of that, and that's going to really make it so that you can stay in the fight. So
yeah.
IO, Necrophos, Cloud9 ran a tri-lane, an aggro tri with this plus a Warlock, and I love to see that early upheaval, but that was an old roster and a really niche way to play the lineup. So we'll see, maybe a more like a Necrophos safe lane, IO could go couple with somebody in the mid, and then later on, obviously, they can benefit from the healing when the game gets a little bit more necrocentric.
Necrocentric. What could we see go else with this? I mean, honestly, just with IO and Necrophos alone, like, you set yourself up for some seriously good push. The Dazzle and the Nyx's gonna get banned away, as well as the Broodmother. Complexity kind of scared of maybe what supports they're gonna be picking up getting picked off. So maybe ban away Axe as well. You know, it was kind of scary from Black. But they ban out the Bat instead. Boba had quite a big impact with those Blink Lastas, especially when he caught out the Dro of ZYZZY.
Circles. This is going to be the problem here. They're staying in the radius of Quill Spray, getting caught by the kinetic static, Midnight Pulse Black Hole. Very just roundabout ways of locking people down. And yeah, I would say that maybe a Naga Siren is something you now have to consider banning out, because just the way that the Song of the Siren can set up things like the kinetic static or the Black Hole, like... Complexity can start every fight they want to with a song, and they can make it so that you don't actually see the tail end of that fight. Like, you're disabled the entire time, one way or another. That's terrifying, honestly. But we'll see. I think Naga would definitely be the ban if she doesn't get picked up fourth.
I mean, healing the illusions too? Why not? They never die. At least later on in the game.
Well,
But
I'm talking for complexity. If they rock the Naga Siren on their current lineup, they get Black Hole and Kinetic Static guaranteed on whoever they want
oh
because of
yeah,
this
yeah,
Naga
yeah,
Siren
yeah.
setup.
Yes, prior to BKBs, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking of you talking about Team Tinker, but complexity, yeah, I could see it. That'd be a great Wombo combo. Uh, Team Tinker could look to steal, but I don't think Black like really wants to ever play, illusion farming based heroes ever again.
I don't know, yeah, once you go to the spectrum, that's definitely different. You get a lot more fun. You get just a lot more instant gratification with those kills and that gank oriented mindset. And he has been playing a lot more active heroes. I mean, even Viper is a lot faster tempo. So Juggernaut that kind of gets meets him halfway. He still can farm very nicely, look towards a very powerful late game, but he's gonna be finding some kills with this ultimate. And you can also be canceling black holes if you're in the right position for it, or
You gotta
just
get
in general
close.
doing good team fight damage. I think the best part about the Juggernaut, though, is not only do you get a ton of benefit from the IO attack speed, but you can spin out a glimpse. You see the glimpse happening, you just
Yep.
use your Blade Fury, and you are safe and sound.
And another big farmer for Black to play, and it's a fun one at that. Mask of Madness and such, and you're good to go. Complexity with the Disruptor. What are they gonna go for? Naga. I would like to see, like you said, albeit heavy farmer. Bristleback will have to be left to his own accord in the off lane, and he could have a tough time, especially against Necro IO, because the Heartbreaker Aura is so damn annoying. You're just constantly ticking down. You're just like, all right, I gotta choose two tangos nonstop and such. But we'll see. I wouldn't mind a safe lane Bristle, quite honestly. Safe lane Bristle is very, very strong. Once you get your SNY and you're running down the Wisp, there's no way for him to go, and you pair it with Disruptor too. If he tries to tether out, you just glimpse him back, and he's pretty much dead. Especially with Relocate too. Glimpse is just so damn strong.
Yeah, Disruptor's just a great hero in general, but in this game in particular, he's going to be able to do a lot. He can either silence out the Necrophos so he doesn't get his ulti off, and you mentioned BKB, but I mean, the Necro doesn't want to go BKB until much
No.
later this game, if at all. And yeah, I mean, the Glimpse will make it so you can't really just jump into the engagement with two people. You can still, as mentioned with Juggernaut, you can Blade Fury or you can Omni Slash to try to avoid that Glimpse effect from the Disruptor right when you get into the fight via Relocate, but at least the IO is going to be sent back every time, and that's going to be a point of frustration there. But Complexity, thinking it through, if they've practiced the Naga combos, then it would
Lycan.
be the ideal pick, but the Lycan push is not bad either. You get the Howl on the Eidolons, you're able to chunk down towers pretty quickly, and you've got good control of the Disruptor, the Enigma, so get some good damage on the physical side of things with Bristle and Lycan. The Lycan will be able to pick up a Vlad's AC Necro 3 by probably the 30-minute mark, just based on his farming tempo. If they have a pretty good game, they'll be able to do Roche pretty early if Team Tinker don't jump on that. And obviously, the AC that I mentioned would go really well with the Bristleback's physical damage output. So overall, this is a fast hero. This is a hero that can avoid relocates decently via shapeshift, and he certainly can cause a lot of difficulties. But I don't know. I mean,
Oh.
like you get to some hard control, and he might not be so reliable. You get Blink Magnus to take care of his rapid movement speed. You can still jump right on top of him and set up that Reaper Scythe follow through. Another thing is because you have a Wisp, your split push isn't as strong. You're up against a Wisp. He's going to be able to teleport a core to farm that creep blade, to farm those wolves, and you'll maybe take tier ones with Lycan, but the tier twos you'll have to bring down as a team.
I love the Magnus pickup here. RP is going to be huge. Giving the Empower to the Juggernaut is always just so good in skewering people back in. Sets up for some good team play. I don't know what they're going to look for the last support, though. That's the big thing, and I'm assuming that they're going to do like a 2-on-2. The Necro off lane. Is this going to be a mag off? This is probably going to be a mag off lane.
Could. I mean, the Disruptor will kill you a couple times because of the Glimpse. I think, like, the main
Just sit
mechanic
back
of...
and shockwave, eh?
Yeah, you have to be very passive. Like, you can try to escape with Skewer, but for the most part, the Glimpse is going to be too good against that. And I would say Disruptor is going to get a few kills on you. Still, Magnus is a pretty good offlaner overall, and the Enigma being so passive in the jungle means that Magnus will get his level 6, which is the key thing there. Even if he dies once or twice, he's going to be able to get that initiation tool. And the Empower, as you mentioned, is huge, because Juggernaut's just going to have a heyday with that. He can build really agi-oriented, just going for the Mask of Madness, and then from there, everything's going to be stats. And the Empower will do a lot of work in that situation, breaking down the Ghosts, the Eidolons, the Wolves, and
I gotta say, do you want him to get Battle Fury this game?
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Um, just ask me that question any game ever, and I'll respond with no. Like, there's
Okay. Well, I've seen some of them actually quite recently go after Mask of Madness into Battle Fury.
yeah. I mean, there are some games where there's a lot to clear out, and cleave is very valuable because it does kind of. You don't care about people having too much armor because it goes punches right through that. If it's in mass and you're worried about your Omni Slash only hitting a few things because you've been countered and you are just going to be spreading your damage across everybody, the Battle Fury can be really nice. But when you have Empower, you should pretty much never go Battle Fury on Juggernaut in my mind.
Okay. So, last pick here for complexity. 7 seconds left on the clock. They're going down to the wire. What's it gonna be? Mid lane. Oh, nope, never mind. Offlane Enigma.
So this offlane Enigma, yeah. TOK was running this yesterday, and it can definitely do work. He likes offlaners that can rotate back to the jungle. But the question for me is, who's taking mid? Bristleback or Lycan?
Lycan. Safe lane Bristle, let's go.
Okay. I mean, I definitely could see it. We've seen Lycan succeed in the mid lane in the past, and it's been perfectly fine. But you have to really just be confident with it. You have to know, okay, that I can micro my wolves like this, control runes in this manner, and otherwise just probably go for a Quelling Blade early enough to guarantee your CS. Because Ancient Apparition Disruptor, they more often like to stack and pull than to roam towards mid. I mean, they certainly can help, but I don't know. I just think that Lycan will have limited farm until he gets his Vlads up and gets to go back to his jungle.
So, there you have it. Lion's going to be there to round up the roster for Team Tinker. And what a pick to have. You got a bit of lack of control on the Team Tinker side. Besides the RP and the Necro Scythe, now Lion's going to add a hold of it with the spikes and the Hex and even some finger damage too. I like the drafts from both sides. Thinking about the draft right now, who do you think just wins off pure draft?
It depends on how they pull off this Necrophos.
If every team plays perfectly.
Well, like, Necrophos is played by Bulba, is what's bothering me right now. So.
Oh, offlane Necro?
Like, they can dual lane the offlane with Titan. I actually think they can go aggro here. Like, the Magnus safe lane, 1v1 against the Enigma. Then Quikova could take the mid lane with the Juggernaut, and then they could aggro try with Wisp, Necrophos, Lion. I'm not sure if that's ideal, but it's definitely an option. So I'm not actually going to call it based on anything because the lanes are going to be so confusing until they settle down.
Well, here we go. We're into the game.
I think it is. Double Ring of Protection really shows that he's expects to take a lot of harassment. I think that they want to get involved aggressively here the way that Cloud9 did.
Cool. Double ring, pulling out the EE. Or I don't even know who originated that, but I'm just going to say the EE because that's who I saw doing it first. So let's do the rosters real quick. We got Flo or Bulba playing your Necrophos here with Paladai on the Io or the Wisp. Black on the Magnus back to his original role in the mid lane. Pig Panda or... what's his name?
Way too sexy, sorry.
Way too sexy. Audio cues are tough. I'm sorry.
I was reading chat. I feel bad.
Quaco was playing the Juggernaut to round off Team Tinker.
Yep. So, yeah, looking over at side of complexity, we've got the Lion King or Simba or Fly My Schneckle on the offlane here. He is going to be pretty confident just to stick to the top since the support's going to be mostly bottom lane. So looking over at the mid, potentially going to be that Lycan you're talking about. He got Quelling Blade Stout Shield, so ZYZZY is going to be in a good position to get some early CS. And wants the Bounty Rune, but that's going to be safe for Pilot Eye, if anything.
Howl as well as Chilling Touch. Oh, and Glimpse. Goodbye, Flo. Look at this damage. Holy crap. Can I get this kaboom? Jesus, smacked in the face with that rock strapped to the hands of Swindlemelons. They get the kill. Z-Freak picks up first blood. Unfortunately, not the best target, but still a first blood nonetheless.
Yeah, it's really hard to go for an aggro try after that happens. Maybe just aggro duel is what I was kind of mentioning before. We've seen this with the Wisp Bristle, and it's worked out pretty well. Generally speaking, you want to start with 700 gold as the Wisp. You don't buy any items, you get the Bounty Rune, and you're good to get the courier out, delivering your bottle immediately. In this case, since he doesn't get the bounty, he waits a little bit, and it will delay the mid's progression subsequently, but it's still going to allow you to do your thing on the offlane, and you will still get your 700 gold pretty quickly. So, Io, Necro, offlane, it really comes down to the laning phase for them, because they have some good potential, but they also have some really good feed potential if the Chilling Touch and the Glimpse is played as well as we saw just now.
Yep, especially with no armor. Spike's going to hurt quite a bit, or Quills, excuse me, but I think Simba's going to be the one prospering most from this too, because he can just call for Hal to help with last hits with the Eidolons, and I mean he can deny like crazy too. So he's going to have a good time. And then the mid matchup, you know, Lycan versus Mag. I haven't seen this matchup in a long time, but he gets scored back. This is the black that we remember, and it'll be just a shockwave to finish off, or right click, boom, stab it in the butt, giving him a colonoscopy.
Like, this is insane. He doesn't even have shockwave, and he just, you know, clears it out easy. Like, the Empower's there for CS, but when he sees an opportunity, he'll take it, and he'll get a lot more than CS in this lane now that he's brought on the Lycan.
Oh, Pilot Eye's dead. Oh, wait, no, Tether out. Okay, he's got Goo, and procking out there. Okay, never mind, he's fine.
Yep, I mean, a lot of self-healing. Bulba, essentially you have to target the Wisp, by the way. The Necrophos is going to take too much healing via the Death Pulse, but still, the hero can jump out with Tether a lot, and that's going to make it more difficult to actually deal with it. You see that Bulba and Pilot Eye getting very confident here with the Tether, with the Overcharge, just to zone back the supports. If the Bristleback isn't involved directly, they can go toe-to-toe with them.
Although if the Bristle cuts off Pilot Eye, seeing as that the Tether's now on cooldown, and they got a haste rune on Big Bad Bird, here comes the pain train. Can they glimpse him back? They should be able to. Or just dive.
It's a long cooldown, but they are still putting out so much damage with that haste. And wow, Bulba's taking some big hits too. That's scary stuff. That Chilling Touch is actually rocking their world. Like, they thought that Ring of Protection would solve all their problems for this Necrophos, but he's still taking some big hits from that Chilling Touch. And Wisp in general is just a squishy early game hero.
Look at that. Look at them go. They're still trying to put the pressure here on the Swindlemelons right now. They're going to glimpse Flow all the way back. If they had glimpsed him back to base, that would have just destroyed his laning phase even more. But,
yeah, I mean, Pylo was the one that TP'd in, so.
The Wisp, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they glimpsed back the Necro, though, so that you may make an interesting distinction there. Yeah, if the Wisp had been glimpsed, there's a chance he gets sent home. I don't know if it was 4 seconds. I wasn't really keeping track of that, but, I mean, obviously, if you keep the Wisp away from level 6 as long as you can, that's going to be insanely good. But the big thing was Pilot Eye comes back to the lane, uses his bottle and overcharge from the fountain to make sure that Necrophos is full, which is pretty much the prime objective for IO in this lane. Keep Necrophos at full HP and mana and let him do whatever he wants. And for the most part, they can accomplish that, but with some good controlling tools, some really well-used glimpses and chilling touches, you still are going to see a lot of kills down bottom, and
maybe even to kill mid. I mean, the fact that ZYZZY is getting harassed out so hard kind of hurts a little bit, and Black's looking for the skewer. He really wants to get another kill. So aggressive getting towards the high ground there of the Radiant side, and Flow, he's just going to get blown up. The Quills are just so much, as well as the Chilling Touch. Look at that. They pick up a double.
Yeah, man. This lane has gone disastrously. I kind of thought just with the first blood alone, they'd be a little haphazard to follow through with this strategy, but they committed to the lane, and it has just gone worse and worse and worse. Actually, most of the damage came from the Bristle. As you mentioned, the Quill Spray stacking up pretty hard. And, of course, yeah, a lot from the Ancient Apparition as well. 500 there. These two supports can put out quite a bit of magical, and just Team Tinker, they're close to getting those kills. And from there, they get Sadist regen. They survive. They continue to brawl, but as it stands, they're just too far behind now. Their levels are at such a huge disadvantage, and they're just continuing to feed. It really just looked like the bottom lane got reversed between game 1 and 2.
Yeah, so Swindlemelons is going to be not big because he's 0-0 and 4, but the support's picking up quite a few kills apiece. 2 split between both of them, and I mean, Swindle, just going to go for straight Vanguard, you think? You feeling it? Maybe Pipe? I'll be
Vanguard for Swindle. It's fine, but like it's not a decisive item to really give them a ton of. I mean, if he can go tons of items, I really don't think the Bristle items matter all that much as long as he gets good farm. Like, he can buy Heaven's Halberd for his first item, if for all I care. Like, he can still get involved.
Okay. And we got Quakefoot up here. Still top of the last denies, and should be on top of the net worth with Black. But, you know, TLK, he's doing his thing. He's farming up with the Eidolons, and not too bad. Not too bad right now. Soul Ring's coming out to the Enigma as well, and then ZYZZY gonna go farm in the jungle for a little bit. Not too bad.
It might be Simba doing the same. Like, it looks like there's gonna be 2 or 3 people in the jungle at a time, because Soul Ring came out from the Enigma and he immediately made his way back towards those creeps. But I don't know. Now he's going towards the mid lane. No smoke here, and the Dire Observer will scout him out in 3, 2, Danger Zone.
Danger Zone. wait for that tether. They can just get the right clicks late on in. And there's the glimpse, and auto attacks come on in. He just dies. Die. What's happening? Oh, man.
This is just, I mean, Wisp is a hero that you don't want to be continuously on the feed train. You start that train rolling and it's not going to be good. We do see a shapeshift down bottom.
Dive?
Pretty heavy commitment under the tower. They get an illusion rune, which is nice, but just because they can crit doesn't mean they can run them down under tier 2 towers.
Oh.
It's just really not the play there.
That was questionable to say the least, but at least he made it out. So that's the good thing that came out of that scenario. He wasted an illusion rune and maybe a few bottle charges, but that was all sorts of just janky. I don't know what to expect from that.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel like Wisp is a hero that the more deaths you start with, it just builds a lot more deaths over the next like 10 to 15 minutes. Like it's just kind of one of those things where you dig yourself into a hole, and at one point you just start playing Sacrificial Wisp. Like you start saying, Lion, take some farm, I'll just relocate people out and come back to die. Like that's essentially your role in the game, and it's unfortunate that may be the case here because Earnest Shadow's Battle Medic Wisp would be great, but right now he can barely afford a stick.
Yeah, this is all sorts of bad right now, unfortunately. At least Black is still farming up. He's still got that one kill and top of the net worth. So there's a lot that they can rely on to bring them back into this game.
Yeah,
such as
they really need the Blink Dagger, honestly. Like that's gonna put them back in. But
Swindle get chased out. Wisp balls not connecting, and all right, he's got the treads. He's able to just run away.
Yeah, I believe in the Magnus Juggernaut, honestly. Like if anything, like the Necrophos is a nice addition later on. Reaper Scythe, I talk about it a lot, but it is pretty much the strongest ultimate in the game, and therefore the strongest ability in the game. But bottom fight could go favorably for them. It's going to be a bounty rune, Flow getting some good damage out. If only he had level 6, that would definitely be something they could follow through on. But Bristleback just toys with them a little bit. But anyways, yeah, I think that even if you just use Necro as a walking ultimate, if he just hits level 11, that's fine. Like he can probably like build a Blink Dagger, stay back, and wait to just use his ultimate in the fights, and then he enters the fight 5v4, and that's fine. But otherwise, you're really just relying on the combination of Black and Koiklava, as Team Tinker generally is, and in this case, Juggernaut and Magnus have a lot of synergy.
Yeah, I'm excited for when they can get those empowered right clicks and then the RP onto 2 or 3. It's going to look messy. And Complexity, we got an Invis rune here coming in for ZYZZY. Looking to scout out for an easy kill on a support or something. He doesn't want to run into Quake
He's
for
got the shapeshift, so that's definitely kills that can happen. Like the Necrophos was not a kill that was realistically going to happen, but with Medallion and shapeshift, he could definitely kill like a lion. Juggernaut's here, but he's got phase, TP. Yeah, I don't think he should go for that.
Wolves die right behind him too.
Well, those could be anywhere though. That's not showing the invis.
Ice Blast. Oh, it hit onto Flow. Oh, Bulba, no, he's gonna end up dying here, going down again. Spikes or Quills, excuse me, coming out from Swindle. Gonna nasal goo up.
Getting a crit. He's gonna do some damage up on the top lane, but he's getting hexed and running away. So it's only gonna be the death of the IO on the bottom lane, and it's not gonna be either hero falling up top. Like
both of them died bot lane. The Necrophos and the IO.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously they got that first before we jumped away, but it's still like, I mean, the IO death is, I don't know if I would call it irrelevant at this point, but it's not the most critical thing to the game. Like Pilot Eye probably could just start like moving towards the jungle and doing his own thing, and avoid just trying to find level 6, make some time for himself.
We need to worry about Black getting ganked. That's the big thing. We got to fight here for the rune coming out. ZYZY running up to the high ground, getting chased down by Quake.
They know it.
Can they get this chopping away? He's critting, spinning on top of him, but ZYZY, they're actually going to use the Black Hole. He turns around. He's going to try to win this fight right now. Ice Blast coming into the RP, only hits 1. The Ice Blast picks up the kill. Z-Freak going to get that one, and then Black coming in with a Shockwave, picking off the innocent Lycan, and that'll be a 1-for-1.
Suppose so. I mean, just a good movement from Black. He's going to get his Blink Dagger off of that, and yeah, unfortunately, he does still lose the Juggernaut, but I think they need the Blink Dagger more than anything else. Like, the phase Mask of Madness is all you need to start with the Juggernaut, get your level 11, and move in towards Yasha or Manta. Again, he's going to look for agility now. Like, he's got good attack damage, good attack speed, But when he builds up his agility, that's where Empower really starts amping his damage up. And we're actually seeing a 4-1-4 build from the Magnus. That's fine. But as he gains his levels towards the max Empower, that's going to be where this lineup just really shines. And I want to talk one thing about late game. Like, obviously, the Necrophos brings a lot to the table in the late game. What do you think about potentially an Aghanim Scepter on Way Too Sexy's Lion?
I'm feeling it. It's just, I'm not sure. It's not like a Witch Doctor Ags, but I guess if there's ever a situation where RP hits onto multiple, by all means, that'll pay off. But he's got a long way to go. I feel Blink Dagger's much better, but who knows?
Oh no, I'm not saying rush it. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, later on, yeah, sure.
Late game. Let's talk the real potential of this lineup.
Hell yeah.
Juggernaut, you're a carry for now, but in the end, Way Too, he wants to carry the game. It looks like it's gonna be a Roche play, or maybe a gank onto Bristle, and then they could go for Roche pretty easily.
Empower with Omni Slash should be a dead Bristle, so they're trying. Black waiting to reveal the Blink Dagger. He doesn't have RP for 20, but he's going to go for it anyway. Blinking, skewering, not yet. There's the Omni committed, and should be a dead Swindle. Nice Static Storm come in. They can't get the Scythe off, and now Bulba should be dead. That Scythe doing absolutely nothing. And we do have the glimpse back here coming out, and Bulba, goodbye, friend. This gank turned horribly awry, but the finger comes in. They pick off the kill on the Bristle. Quickfoot now looking to come in the back line here. He's still got Empower, and he's going to be able to chop down TLK, no problem. Simba falling down. Unfortunately, that's not Scar, but Big Bad Bird, he's stuck in a terrible situation. He is going to go down as well, but ZY, he's kind of trying to run into this right now. He gets spiked up. The line doing some serious damage. They commit the RP as well. They're going to be able to chop him down. The Shockwave comes in, too. Z-Freak finds a kill in the back, and the Skewer misses, but...
Oh, he had a nice body block there. The creeps and the hero, but... He actually just cuts a path for him, and then it's going to be another feed for Twilight Eye. Didn't need to get involved there, but there you go.
Are you kidding me?
Well played, sir. Mr. Juggernaut.
He ran in, gets hit by the Frosty Mitts, and that's a 5 for 4.
It was such a bad finish to that fight.
He's like, all right, guys, trust me, I'm not going to die.
By a physical right click.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, sorry, I forgot auto attack still do physical damage. Yeah, that was... Oh, that was painful, honestly. There's so many heroes that shouldn't have died there. They should have been a clean kill, and instead he gets too easy before going down. Oh, gosh, Team Tinker.
Relocate.
Even when things go right, they go wrong.
Looking to go wrong right now as Swindle gets jumped on here. Relocate committed, spikes out, and chops away as it'll actually be Way Too to pick up the kill. Not bad. That makes it a 6 for 4 overall. But
they still haven't gotten a Reaper Scythe kill though. Like I don't think Bulba's actually like gotten involved in the kills for the most part. Like he gets 3 assists, but that's just from like doing some damage. It's not from him being present because he dies first.
Oh, Ice Blast and Static Storm onto 2. That should be dead Way Too.
Big Bad Bird has been amazing with his ultimate, by the way. The last one that we saw down bottom that nearly saved the Bristle's life and at the very least made the Scythe useless. Like that was huge. That was actually one of the better Static Storms I've seen in a while, and I'm continually impressed by this guy. He's a kind of a new blood and a Dota support, but he is kicking ass right now.
Yeah, so after that last fight, like I'm still confident that Complexity can really show up in this game, albeit the Juggernaut's huge as well as the Mag, but they played that last fight really well, and the Disruptor is someone to point out who's going to be huge this entire game. Paladai is waiting behind the tower. He's waiting to jump back into this fight right now. RP is back up, as well as the sight for Bulba, so... Alright, shockwaving the wave, but this tier 1 looking like it'll go down. No effort to retaliate from the side of Team Tinker.
So, I mean, just taking it out cleanly, perfectly fine for them. I'm curious when Roche will actually be contested, because, I mean, you've got a lot of potential with the Enigma, the Lycan, but you also have the Juggernaut and the Magnus, who both are... All of those are really good in the pit.
I don't know. Honestly, fearing the black hole is probably the biggest thing that Team Tinker are worried about. Like, multi-man black hole and pit is insanely strong. So obviously Black is going to be looking to step out of that. Just let, I guess, Quakefus solo it off. He should be able to with Empower. And Z-Freak. Oh no, he's looking for the revenge for the right clicks, but coming in.
No, not like
black
this.
hole.
Oh.
He's going to come out of it into the black hole. The Shockwave actually picks up the kill. He goes into it. Wait, what? The RP didn't connect? What is happening? Lag, people, hello? But Black, he's gonna get 4 staff back, and he'll be out of that. That's a well worthwhile trade for Complexity.
Yeah, I mean the ALT was good, it connected, and it stayed with him after the Omni. So I'm not sure if the RP positioning mattered at all, but in the end, it's just they go in, they try to go for easy kills, and it just ends up disastrous. This is... I wouldn't say they're on tilt. I mean, they got to have a lot of confidence for their first game, but just overall, they don't... They have so many aspirations that don't actually get executed on properly. Now we see them going for an easy push on top. Quick tier 1 tower, you're a Lycan and Enigma. This should be textbook, but I don't know.
This game looks like a bit of a pub
really
right now.
Happen.
Yeah. So tier 1 should be no problem. No one's coming to TP and defend. We're good to go. They're trying to do a little bit of lane pushing from the Team Tinker side to pressure out the complexity towers, but oh, quick cuff out of DD, and he's got Pylite Eye on top of him.
So roast of your life. Jeez.
Let's see. Ice Blast though, not easy roach anymore. Gonna connect, and they know.
Turn off overcharge. Turn off overcharge, Pie. Jeez, he's scaring me. And they're just gonna wait it out. Yeah, the healing ward, it heals up 2.5x times the multiplier.
That's so unfair.
Of HP. It's ridiculous what you can get out of that on people that are tethered. But yeah, now that the Ice Blast has got
fight though.
The Roche, but top lane, Lycan's still getting some good tower damage.
Good tower damage. Roshan going down. Pylite Eye is out of mana. They drop the Static Storm too, but coming in, the Skewer. All right, Black gets out safely. Quickfoot was looking to go forward too. He really wanted to fight.
Venn diagram from the Disruptor. Glimpse back, not really accomplishing too much. In the end, it's just a free tier 2 for Lycan. And adding that to the tier 1, it's kind of favorable compared to the Roche. Though, since Roche is so important in this game, I won't call it like a clear win for complexity, but overall, they're getting more map control. They have the net worth advantage, they have the map control advantage, and Lycan's getting some real farm now.
Black just trying to control his canceling of the RP, so... I mean, if he misuses it, I'd laugh pretty hard, but tier 2 in mid, looking to go into a trade for a tier 1 down bot. So we'll see. TP should be coming back to defense. There's no mana on the Lycan as well as no ultimate, so this is going to be interesting if they get engaged on.
My real question is, can Bulba get a kill? He is a 0-kill Necrophos. That's not a thing. But...
He's going Atos with that Vit booster?
Yeah, probably. But we'll see him go on the front lines. You generally don't want to start that way, but if they group up pretty hard, the ARP can really... punish it.
Omni Slash coming through though. Quakefoot going to be ending up in the middle of the team right now. He's going to get himself overcharged. There's a 2-man RP coming in. Skewer back both of them right now. Can they pop the Aegis? They do. Swing the Melons. There's the Scythe. Bulba did it. And now TLK. He's going to try to TP out of the base, which he did not get to do. He ends up dying. There's a buyback from Z-Freak just to shoot the Ice Blast. And it connects on a 4.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they're okay. Oh, they relocated forward? Maybe not.
Oh,
that is going to be, with the combination of Ice Blast, you took Lycan into the frying pan, and he was already...
Wolves need a crit. Need a crit. No, they can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, he was already so low when you consider the Shatter Threshold. He only needed like 1 auto attack, 1 spell cast, and he was gone. So, yeah, I thought that was just like a relocate home, but they actually wanted to try to finish the job right when that Ice Blast connected. You got to consider, when an AA buys back, it's not to get back to the fight. It's just to throw his ultimate, since he didn't get to throw that out before. So I think that would be something that they didn't take into account, and they probably should have. But this game is so chaotic, it's hard to keep track of everything. So I don't necessarily blame him, but he essentially did just throw his Lion's life away, and he's still going for the mech, which is interesting. Like, Earnest Shadow's Magic Wand, Tranquil Boots, Spottled, like, that seems like a good core item set for a 5-death, 5-position Wisp. But here he's going for the mechanism, and it'll take a while, but obviously it's a great item if he can get it.
They know Quickfoot's farming their stack, so... Alright, this is risky. There's plenty of good deep ward too, though. Ice Blast... Alright, no. He got out of there. Cool.
Yeah. So overall, Complexity still lose out pretty hard in that fight, even though the line, I was just talking about that a lot. But yeah, Complexity still got trashed in the Dire Jungle. They had bought back on the AA. It did end up getting them the kill.
Wait, glimpsed all the way back. Wait, that could have potentially been a kill, but wait, hold on. We got Big Bad Bird getting jumped on here. There's 4 members currently from Team Tinker coming on in. Z-Freak gets the TP out. Big Bad Bird will be the sacrifice, and they got the Scythe out as well. So 60-second respawn timer, but Swindlemelon's walking in a 4. He's got people behind him right now. He gets fingered. Omni Slash, nice RP onto 3. Look at the damage. The Skewer as well. That's the Black Hole trying to turn, but he just dies beforehand, and Bulba gets himself a triple kill. Went from 0-4 to 5-4. Started from the bottom, now he's here. And now the tier 1 in mid looking to go down. Huge RP, great fight from Team Tinker.
Yeah, insane. And the Death Pulse is actually the finishing blow on the Enigma, so that Black Hole could have been bad, but that RP, the Empower, it's insane. I would actually say that Black probably should go for a short skewer there because you can choose how far you
Yeah, yeah,
skewer.
yeah.
You don't have to go too far away from the Juggernaut. Just get the slow, a little bit of damage, and allow Juggernaut to just keep cleaving. But yeah, no matter the case, hell of an RP from Black, and that is just turning this game on its head. You can flub a lot of fights in the early game, but when it comes to the mid game, this is where Team Tinker's lineup can do so much work. You have heroes that are out for extended timeouts, such as the Disruptor, who is still respawning. He's actually the last to come back, despite being the first to fall and being only level 8. So Power of the Reaper Scythe there. But you were asking about the item progression. It is going to be Atos for him, and then he'll pick up the Aghanim Scepter. In the meantime, Force Staff is already up for Black, and I suppose he can go for that BKB now. Really good against Disruptor.
Straight refresher. Nah. All right, BKB, yeah, makes the most sense. I just like seeing refresher because you just double RP and just wreck these fights even harder. So
1 RP is all you're going to need when you get that Aghanim's Lion.
oh yeah, is it happening though? It doesn't look like it's happening.
He's poor as can be. The Wisp is going for a mechanism, and therefore Way 2 gets the taking secondary farm, essentially. Like, the Wisp will actually go and take lane farm when the cores are jungling, and the Lion will just kind of do his thing. Blink is all that he really needs this game, but, you know, getting the big scepter will make things very fun.
Very fun indeed. So we hit that, I guess you could say, mid-game-ish point, and we're already looking at a pretty even game, but the graphs will tell a different story, as it's 10,000 in terms of XP, and golds, we got about a 2,000 lead for Team Tinker. So definitely in the driving seat right now. Looking to make this a quick 2-0. I mean, last game was just insane, and this one just turned out to be just as good. I mean, Complexity had a great start, but on the backs of Black and Quake, they're really just rolling with this game.
So we're going to be seeing them clear out the Ancients real quick and maybe make a smoke play happen very, very soon. But the big overall objective is to make sure the AA doesn't get his Ags too soon, because the Ice Blasts have actually been extremely on point. Like,
yeah.
Z-Freak has been wrecking with these Ice Blasts. In general, he's got the most kills, right? Yeah, 7, 3, and 5 on his team. He finishing up the Aghanim Scepter in 600 gold is something they can't let happen. The Midas has been doing its job. The 2 components are bought, and he's banking 1,500. If they don't kill him soon, they're going to be in some real trouble.
I thought Z-Freak was just about to be in some trouble as a hasted mag was running towards him, but
They didn't have the vision, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's out strolling around in the park at night, and sometimes that means the bad guys can't see you.
narrowly avoiding death. But this ward on the high ground will spot them out as they push up towards the top lane. And is this a Necro-Lycan as well? This is. He's starting to build up towards it, so...
Now that I think about it, Dota really depicts mugging. It really accurate. Like, this nighttime is gank time, and you're robbing people of their income. It really is just a straight up thug mugging. So, I don't know. This is.
I mean, it does involve brutal slaughter, so sure.
Sure. Well, death is temporary. It's the money that matters. So.
Not in real life.
No, I suppose not. Maybe.
Oh God. All right, Blaze. Well, we're back into it, and still. Complexity have to find their footing. They have to catch up to an 11,000 net worth mag and jug, and with a Lycan that's only got a tier 1 necro, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I mean, Quakova, he's just got the BKB Yasha for now, and he's been doing plenty of work just with that alone. I mean, the BKB is very important.
They're looking to jump onto Quakeva. Can they get this kill, though, is the question. They reduce the armor, he's getting the healer, they use the RP out of 2! He's gonna turn around and chop, though, he's gonna be very careful of the Static Storm. There is, he Omni-Slash the Ice Blast. Oh, he's so lucky to get out of that. And now he's gonna jump into Swing to Melons, he picks up a double. Had that Ice Blast connected, Quakeva would have more than likely died, and now Big Bad Bird's gonna fall. Black is godlike. And what do you expect from the man who's stuck with a Chinese team for so long, coming into this scene and just making a mess of everybody?
Just showing what he can do as an initiator, more so than as a hard carry farmer. This is not your anti-mage Black. This is your Dunk City Black. Who's
Your
just gonna go in
Black.
And, show him what for. But yeah, we're going to see the tier 3 pressured already. The Ice Blast has come back up. The Midnight Pulse is there, but not only stopping the melee heroes from pushing hard.
Ice Blast. Okay, stopping the healing. Baladai and Quake, we gotta back off. But again, they could just use the ward, use the overcharge once Paladai gets some mana back, but...
They're not going to continue this. I mean, they're fine with just having put that much damage in the tier 3, gotten the fortifications on cooldown for a long time, and Roche is still on the table. So no reason to take risks here, especially since you are fighting against an Ags AA. Like, you don't want to prolong that engagement.
Quake for man. He's 3, 3, and 14. That double kill that he picked up in mid lane were the first 2 kills he's gotten in a long time. playing more of a supporting Juggernaut, I guess.
But look at Bulba. Like, suddenly this guy has 10.4k net worth. The team just says, we'll lift you up on our shoulders, and you can have one of the sorriest laning phases that can happen, but we'll give you the space for mid game. We'll give you a few kills here and there, and the comeback is real.
Hey man, it's okay. I know you and Pilot had a really tough time. Just sit back and farm. We'll carry the rest. And then he just kind of rides off their momentum. So looks like this next Roche is going to be going down, and Aegis should be going to Quakefa, but they feel a little worried. Actually, never mind. They have illusions to scout everything out, so they're good to take this just for free. No problem. They're a little wary of a smoke though. That's the big thing. And Swindle, they find him. Gets those quills out. He has a TP, but Black has an RP, so he'll turn around with the flow, get Atos and blocked by his own creeps. He's been betrayed. They use the relocate too. Quakefoot coming in, gets a bash. He has the basher right down to. He's so huge, and there's the scythe. The second one of the game. Bulba, my boy, you're doing it. And now he's Reaper.
Although he has the gold for buyback, he's not going to have the cooldown because of the Reaper scythe, and that means they can actually go for the high ground here. They can go for the tier 3 that they've already been working on. Oh no, the creeps are nowhere near. Let's change that up a little bit.
Who needs creeps? He's a freaking Juggernaut, man. Just go to the high ground.
Somebody needs backdoor protection. He needs to break that down at the very least. But yeah, I think that just charging into bottom lane here, getting the creep wave under there, it's Complexity's best move to push out top, and it's Team Tinker's best move to just destroy bottom. So I think Ice Blast will come down bottom.
There's no relocate though. That's the big thing. So they have to physically all TP back up
who has
there.
TPs? I guess Aegis picked up, so Quakefa is actually lacking it. He's committed to bottom lane. You made a good point. Relocate's still down for a bit, but he does have a spare TP. And we are going to see Black already make his move back. So I think Bulba needs to make his move very shortly, or he'll get glimpsed back. That's not cool. And then we'll see what the rest decide to do. But for now, they are going to get the free tier 3 bottom. That was pretty much expected, but it is going to be Team Tinker to blink. They will be flinching in this game of chicken, and it's going to be a lot to fall back.
So that was rather interesting too.
Yeah, I think that it could have been like a kind of $1 million Dream Coil situation with Black, where he could have canceled a ton of TPs if he had the vision, but it's just a very limiting factor in that particular position. And although Black was ready for it, it didn't actually occur. So Quakefa gets some damage on the tier 3, but they do just sit around with 420 HP on one, 540 on the other.
And Quakefa almost has his Abyssal too, so once he has that, 2-second stun, looking good. Bashing people galore with right clicks and Empower. I still would have liked to see a Battle Fury, because I think it's a lot of fun stacking the cleave, but I'm just a silly little player who likes to theorize funny things. But, I mean, hey, we played together, we made that team. I liked making up dumb strategies. But
there certainly was a lot of new meta coming out from your side of the table. I will admit that. But no, I don't. I really just think that Empower is another situation. Like, you can stack cleave with Kunkka. That's nice. Obviously, Ember Spirit.
Oh, yeah, Kunkka
is pretty
Empower.
good for it.
Oh.
Kunkka and Ember Spirit, I think, are the two that I would really say that's fine for. But 50% is plenty for almost any other hero.
All right, so now we gotta see Team Tinker. What are they gonna like to do? They have the Aegis kind of ticking on down. Black almost has this refresher. He's quite a ways away from that. And Bulba, he's picked up his Blink Dagger too, so he's gone from 0 to hero real quick.
I really thought that he was going to be useless this game, but he's certainly proven himself over the past few fights, and it's been on the initiation of Black. He gets the setup, and yeah, he's able to go for the follow-through. So I really got to commend his ability to forgive himself and to
smoke
turn out better. If he can get this quick blink, that would really just bolster it.
Quills come out, and he doesn't see them. It's nighttime. The vision's so lacking, and Black just blinked. Dun, 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 dun. They give the Empower up, and they're right behind them. Big Bad Bird coming in, blinking forward. Whoa.
Oh, no, not that blink.
So Bulba goes down. They use themselves to relocate, but it's not on a Quake for Pilot dies, so they don't go back in the relocate. Quakefa's RP. Oh, Black comes in. 3-man RP coming through, chopping away. Actually, that's a 2-man. Swindlemelon's going to be falling soon. Finger comes out. That's one.
And he gets a skewer Z-Freak.
Yeah, goodbye.
He's skewered not only to get some extra damage out there, but the skewer hit onto Z-Freak. TP is canceled. 4 go down, and Lycan goes in for the push. His only option is to pressure tier 3s and Rax, get somebody to flinch and go back home, but for right now, Pilot Eye is going to clear things out with Spirits, and I think bottom lane is gone.
I think Pilot Eye has to be really careful, albeit he's actually got an Ogre Club. But yeah, this tier 3, this set of Rax should be dead, and coming back from this situation is going to be very, very tough for Complexity. Buyback number 1. Buyback number 2. Okay. Yule's picked up for the Disruptor too. And, they found ZYZZY. Here comes Way 2, gonna look to try to stop him. He's juking and jiving around the trees, but he finally meets up with Papa Mag, and he's gonna get skewered right back into the Lion, and right clicks come on in, and actually they give the kill the Lion too. Huh.
Oh yeah, he's there. He's their carry now. He's got to get that Ags up. He's only 800 gold.
No, he went 4
staff. The Staff Wizardry is a very flexible item. A lot of ways you can build it. I didn't expect a Dagon, but I thought Force or Yules was a possibility. I wanted the juicy Ags, but not today, sir. It is going to be the game's going to definitely end before he can farm up another core item. So we're just going to see Refresher, Magnus, perhaps, and obviously this Juggernaut that's been doing work.
He had 2,200 gold.
To see his item build, though. One thing to note about Juggernaut's items is he's got, if you look at his damage right now, I'll relocate top, that will be a nice kill on Window Melons, who just can't get out in time. No TP, and the Atos locks him down.
Goodbye, friend.
And of course, no buyback with the Reapers. So, yeah, quick of his items, if you look at his current damage output, it's 132 plus, it was 148, I believe. So what that means is essentially only the white damage, the first number, is actually empowered. It's only base damage that gets improved by 50%. So that 148 or some odd that I was talking about does not actually get improved, and the Empower is mostly for the cleave here. It's not actually that much bonus damage. Now he picks up the Eagle Song, and that number shifts a lot. But prior to that Eagle Song pickup, he was rocking a lot of bonus damage via BKB and AC Abyssal Blade.
All right, well, here comes the push. Potentially at the end of the game here. Quakefoot does not have the Aegis anymore, and this tier 3, it's already below half. So TP's forced back. Gotta wait 40 seconds for the Bristle, and I mean, without a Bristle back, how do you fight? That's your front line gone. And they're just playing this so safe. And coming from behind them actually is that Ice Blast, which does connect.
No, I mean, they dodged it out on all the important heroes.
Oh yeah, it only hits way 2.
Yeah, so they're actually going to be able to take these racks easily. Bristle is just completely down for the count, but we'll look at the disengage here. We expected 1 racks to fall in this situation with that nice Bristle pickoff. I'm not sure why he was farming solo without the TP, but
yeah.
Either way, it is going to be just 2 racks, and there's no glimpse back. It is not going to be any return kills, and Complexity just are overall losing out pretty hard here. If we look at the graphs, like 20,000 gold, 25,000 experience, it's suddenly just completely Team Tinker's game to lose.
It's also riddled with a lot of dead Complexity members too. Those little dots. It's been a long time since Complexity has actually picked up a kill. It's about like 17 minutes ish. So really struggling right now, and I wasn't a fan of the Lycan pickup. I honestly wasn't feeling it.
So I mean, I don't know if Nagasarn would have done them that much more. Like, I think if they played it expertly, obviously, it would have helped their team fight substantially. But the way the Empower is doing it, illusions would have been cleared out pretty quickly. I don't know. I guess if they had a hero that could capitalize more on the weak Necrophos, weak Wisp, while they were in that case. And another big thing is the fact that Lycan is such a close proximity hero. Like, Bristleback and Lycan both want to be right on the front line, and that makes it so easy to RP them both. So, yeah, I think getting a little bit of range on any of their heroes would have been really nice there. So, I don't know. It's a coulda, woulda, shoulda. In this case, Lycan was their pick. It's worked out okay, but like you said, it's not been stellar.
I mean, Z-Freak's level 16 too and has Ags, so these Ice Blasts could have the biggest impacts ever if they can find multi-man Ice Blasts. How are they going to go about this? I mean, Super's pushing in mid, there's exposed racks down bot, and next Aegis is going to be Aegis and Cheese, so what do you do? How do you defend? Doesn't seem like it's possible.
It just does seem a little bit too hard here. The draft from Team Tinker is really sound, and the 2-0 obviously is what they're looking for. So Complexity, they have to hit some big ultimates.
2-0
pretty much
Cole, 2-0 C9, like,
yeah,
Tinker looking good.
Insanely good. But we're going to see the relocate up, easy kill on Z-Freak. No Necro ulti this time around, but yeah, Observer Ward just giving them so much intel, and they've just, again, map control has just been their thing for quite some time. So yeah, I guess it's been that turn since they made that play for the Roche Pit, and of course, since Black's been hitting amazing RPs. Like, ever since he got the Blink Dagger, Black has been showing what he can do with it, and that's just another scary thing to deal with. The laning phase, one little skewer turned it entirely in favor of Black on the mid, and Lycan, I mean, his items were really bad.
I'm gonna just chop it. Chop. Oh, RP. Goodbye, Swindle. Glimpse back to it. Just puts him right back to where he begun. And there's the Omni Slash. And even committing the Scythe. So, G_G?
Yeah,
for
so
Complexity.
We're going to be seeing them go in for the throne here. And they've got a maximum of 4 to defend it with. Probably just a 3 if they want to hold the ground. No, they have 4 to 5. So then maybe they can wait for the AA. But by then it might be too late.
It feels like it is. I mean, ZYZ is going to try to base race? Oh, alright. You're not going to beat this Jug, and their throne is already being hit. So, that's going to be game. Oh, wait, hold on. Simba's delaying it. Oh my god, he's going to try to win this base race right now, but no! He's going to fall.
2 full tier 4s, dude. I love the hype, but not happening. Good game. Well played. They gave it their best shot. They had a really good activity down bottom. I love the way the AA and the Disruptor played this game, but they just weren't able to get enough out of it. Like Team Tinker, after about 10 minutes, they were really able to shake it off, and they were the ones that pulled ahead. So, I mean, Complexity is still playing pretty well as a team. They maybe just have to get off tilt a little bit. Say Hakuna Matata, the Lion King can show them the way to victory in the future matches, because right now it's been a tough matchup against a very solid team. Team Tinker have really been showing what they're made of, and Black especially, like in this new NA Dota role as it being a moving across seas. It's really going to be impressive to see what they can do in the future, and if they can compete with on EG's level as a top tier NA team that can take international events.
I'm calling it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to be one of those teams that just flies through qualifiers. So it'll force a lot of the tier 2 teams to really step up their game. They're going to be going up against even more international vets, so it's going to be fun. But that does it for Complexity versus Team Tinker, and we do have another match coming up in an hour and 18 minutes unless the admins push it a little bit further ahead. So we'll see you guys when that game starts, and if you enjoyed the casting, by all means, hit up Blaze at BlazeCasting on Twitter, and myself, EGAD at EGADcasts. Unfortunately, Beyond the Summit did have some technical issues, so I just offered to do it, and they said yes. So if you follow Beyond the Summit, Star Ladder, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, and we'll be back with the next game. So enjoy the music, maybe play some troll music, and have some fun with chat.